Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the August 5th Board of Supervisors evening meeting and call this meeting to order. Our first order of business tonight is a citizens forum. This is an opportunity for anyone to come forward and speak for 3 minutes on any topic that is not on the agenda tonight. The rules of conduct for the forum are as follows. All meetings and work sessions shall be conducted by all participants with observance of the fundamental rules of civility, including restraint in demeanor and respect for others and their views. Shouting, profanity, threats, personal attacks, and other similar actions are unacceptable. Should the chairman determine that a participant is likely to or has violated the foregoing conduct guidelines, the chairman may take appropriate action. So with that, I would like to open the citizens forum. Is there anyone that would like to come forward and speak? Mr. Haight, come on up.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. Don Haight, Stevensburg. Support Culpeper Farms. Buy fresh, buy local. Culpeper has an amazing farmers market, and I urge everyone to support it. I now have a YouTube channel, and it's called Virginia Outdoors with Farmer D. Last Saturday, we did a segment about Culpeper's farmers market and its benefits to the community and showcased a local beef farmer. We will be interviewing members of the farming community every few weeks to bring awareness to all the jewels that Culpeper offers. I urge our Board of Supervisors to be true to their word and preserve the rural character of Culpeper County. No new rezoning, no large-scale housing projects, no utility-scale solar projects in agricultural land. We live here for peace and tranquility. None of that can be achieved by large-scale projects. As I speak, there are hundreds of children at Eastern View High School playing and having fun. The decisions you make tonight will affect them for the rest of their lives. You owe them peace and tranquility. You owe them serenity, and you owe them the same joy that you have enjoyed yourself. Don't take away their happiness. Not one of you would allow large-scale projects to be built in any place near where your grandchildren would play in its shadows. I'll know that for a fact because none of you have approved any large-scale projects near your homes. May Culpeper members continue to support Culpeper and its family farms. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Anyone else? Okay, with that, we will close the citizens forum. We have an agenda before us tonight. Are there any additions or deletions to the agenda? Hearing none, we will move forward as presented. The first item of business tonight is item 4.01, through truck restriction on Route 647, Algonquin Trail, and Route 663, Batna Road. And I will give this to Mr. Cooley to present.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Board of Supervisors is considering requesting VDOT to restrict through truck traffic weighing over 16,001 pounds on Route 647 Algonquin Trail and Route 663 Batna Road. The Code of Virginia, Section 42.6-809 provides that a locality may formally request that VDOT restrict through trucks on certain segments of primary and secondary routes in the limited number of cases where doing so will promote the health, safety, and welfare of the public without creating an undue hardship on any transportation user. For a request to be considered by VDOT, and in order to ensure that all concerned parties have an opportunity to provide input concerning the proposed restriction and alternative route, the Board of Supervisors must hold a public hearing and make a formal request of the department. The following must be adhered to. Public notices for the hearing must include a description of the proposed through truck restriction and the alternative route with the same termini. A copy of the notices must be provided. A public hearing must be held by the Board of Supervisors, and a transcript of the hearing must be provided with the resolution. The resolution must describe the proposed through truck restriction and a description of the alternate route, including termini. And lastly, the Board of Supervisors must include in that resolution that it will use its good offices for the enforcement of the proposed restriction by the appropriate local law enforcement agency. Failure to comply with any of the A, B, C, or D will result in the request being returned. My map doesn't seem to be fitting on the screen very well, Mr. Chairman. Could you scroll down a little bit? Thank you.
Just. Yes. Two more times, and then you can scroll back down, and we're on the screen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Underwood. So as you can see on the screen, there are two different routes. The red route is the proposed route for the through truck restriction. The gold route would be the alternative route. The through truck restriction would begin at the intersection of Zachary Taylor Highway and Algonquin Trail and would head to the northeast approximately 5.5 miles to its intersection with Batna Road. From thence, it would go northeast along Batna Road for about 2.5 miles to its termini on Route 3. Pretty simple. For the alternate route, that would begin at the intersection of Algonquin Trail and Zachary Taylor Highway, then proceed north to its intersection with Route 3, then once at Route 3, east to the intersection of Route 3 and Batna Road. That is about 11.5 miles. It's about a 3.2 mile difference between the through truck restriction route and the alternative route. And that, Mr. Chairman, is about all I have for that right now. Pretty simple case.
Thank you, Mr. Cooley. Are there any questions for staff? Hearing none, we will open the public hearing. Is there anyone that would like to come forward and speak on this matter? Come on up.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Troy Ralston. I'm a resident of the Stevensburg District, and I happen to live on Algonquin Trail, one of the two routes that has seen extensive amount of commercial through truck traffic in recent months. And thank you for the opportunity to speak before you this evening. As indicated, I do live on Algonquin Trail. What's a trail? Webster's defines it as a track-made passage, especially through wilderness, forest, and mountainous regions. Cambridge defines it as a path through a countryside, mountain, or forest area, often made or used for a particular purpose. And that scholarly source, Wikipedia, indicates a trail can be an unpaved lane or a small paved road, generally not intended for usage by motorized vehicles. I think we can all agree that Algonquin Trail here in Culpeper is a little more than those definitions, but hopefully we can all agree that Algonquin Trail should only be used by the residents living on Algonquin Trail and not by hundreds and hundreds of 20-ton commercial trucks going to a commercial work site located on Route 3, Germanna Highway, or to any other commercial work site for that matter. In front of my property on Algonquin, the paved trail measures anywhere from 16 to 18 feet wide. In fact, in one spot, it's actually less than 16 feet wide. Do you all know how large or how wide a large dump truck, such as a Peterbilt 567 or a Kenworth T880 are? Including the side mirrors, they're anywhere from 9 to 10 feet wide. How can trucks this size, going in opposite directions, moving at speeds too fast, more on that later, travel safely on a trail as little as 16 feet wide? The answer is they can't, as evident by photos of tipped over dump trucks that were previously provided to you. Heck, it's even tough for everyday normal vehicles that we see in Culpeper to travel on that road safely in opposite directions. A couple years ago, I was driving my Dodge Ram 1500 and collided with the driver's side mirror of a stake bed truck that was coming the opposite way. And it's not like the two of us were driving in the middle of the road. I'm also guessing, I could be wrong on this, that dump truck drivers that do it for a living, they're probably compensated on the number of loads they deliver each day. More loads delivered, the more money they make that day. That could possibly explain the excessive and unsafe speeds you see these dump trucks traveling at on Little Algonquin Trail. For these and several other reasons, I urge the board to adopt a resolution prohibiting commercial through truck traffic on Algonquin Trail and Batna Road between Route 522, Zachary Taylor Highway, and Route 3, Germanna Highway. Make the dump trucks use the highways, not the trails. Thanks for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Ralston. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Come forward, please.
Good evening. My name is Susan Ralston, and I live in Stevensburg. I'm strongly in favor of a no commercial truck ordinance for Algonquin Trail and Batna Road, and urge the board to vote unanimously in favor of protecting the peace and safety of our community. Our farm fronts Algonquin, so the dramatic increase in truck traffic can't be missed. I'm outside most of the day, so I hear the trucks as soon as they start rolling down the trail because they're so loud. And it isn't just a few trucks. At times, the traffic was constant all day for many weeks. Even the sheriff deputies posted on several occasions documented the large volume of truck traffic. Not only is the noise pollution a problem, but these large trucks also endanger the residents by driving at high speeds, which is evident from the documented accidents. Algonquin Trail is too narrow. As Troy mentioned, only 16 feet in places and barely wide enough for regular car traffic, let alone large dump trucks, which take up more than half the road. Algonquin is the kind of country road where you definitely can't pass a tractor side by side because there isn't enough room, but at least they're not speeding. Even at the speed limit, you do have to slow down to pass another truck or vehicle or someone else going in that opposite direction, or otherwise you're going to lose a mirror or end up in the ditch. Obviously, these trucks are in a hurry to complete a run, which is how at least one truck that I know of ended up overturned in Dwayne Forrest's field. I previously sent a photo of this accident to the board, and so did Kevin Dix, who couldn't be here tonight because he's sick. But there's no shoulder, and it's just a ditch where the pavement ends. You know, Dwayne told me that he had tried to talk to the Amazon crew about the trucks, but they didn't do anything about it. I've also previously sent photos of the extensive damage to the road just east of our farm, close to Bell Meadow Lane. And according to VDOT, this road was recently paved in 2023. These aren't just potholes. They are long, large grooves in many places indicating where the pavement has obviously buckled under the weight of these trucks. And I talked to Supervisor Gugino and Sam when this first started in April, and they did try to resolve this directly with the Amazon data center team as well as the quarry, but the drivers could not be persuaded to use the 522 exclusively to Route 3. Passing this ordinance would give the sheriff some recourse to force the commercial trucks to drive, truck drivers for the Amazon project and any future industrial projects to use the roads meant to handle the commercial traffic, not our little trail. So for the peace and safety of our community, I again urge the board to pass the no commercial truck traffic ordinance for Algonquin Trail and Batna Road, and I thank you in advance for your support.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to come and speak? Come on forward, sir.
Thank you. My name is Jim Streeter. I live on Raccoon Ford, right near Algonquin Trail. And I have, what strikes me as key to this is that on Algonquin Trail there is no shoulder. There is maybe 8 inches of grass and then a fairly deep gully over most of it. I have on 2 occasions had to help people whose tire had dropped into the gully as they were trying to avoid an oncoming car. I've had to help them get it out. And in both cases, it was relatively easy. They were older American cars with large tires and rear-wheel drive, and I was able to back the car out. But it's a scary experience for people to go through, and it's unnecessary. It's not a road for through big truck traffic. And I understand the request makes the reasonable request that this apply to through traffic, not for local deliveries or garbage trucks they're a problem, but they should be on the road. They have a reason to be there and not taking 522 or another route. I think there is a temptation right now from some people to use Algonquin because of the construction that's going on 522 with the cables and the roundabout being put in, and it's often one-way traffic with being directed to wait in line till you can go. But that's temporary, and it really should not. And Algonquin is not really a very good alternative route for if you're heading to town. And on Baton Road, which I don't use daily as I do with Algonquin, but I use frequently, there are extreme slow-moving turns where if you haven't driven it before and you're used to assuming that the signs that say 15 miles an hour are, overly cautious, it's a mistake because they are very sharp turns. And it's really not suitable for, and people drive fast on it, and they then get into the turn and then have to put their brakes on. Trucks using it would exacerbate that problem. So I urge you to proceed with this request that through truck traffic not be permitted on these two roads. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to come forward and speak? Come on up, sir.
My name's Ronald Vecchione. I actually don't live in Culpeper County, but I own the Civil War Church on Algonquin Trail. I've been working on renovating that building for the past 6 years. And I've never put up a gate or a fence of any kind because I want people to be able to come in there and picnic, and bicyclists pull in there, and motorcyclists and whatnot, and they just hang out, and that's fine. I got no problem with that. But unfortunately, my open door policy has resulted in people starting to use the drive as a turnaround, and I didn't see who did it, but somebody crushed my culvert absolutely flat across the middle. And then it was a short time after that, somebody crushed it lengthwise along the road, so now it's completely flattened, and the road floods out every time it rains. So I put up a gate because I'm going to put a new culvert in. It's going to cost me several $1,000s. But I had to put the gate up to prevent trucks from using that as a turnaround, because I'm not going to put a culvert in there and have it crushed again. The state doesn't help with that like they used to in the old days. Also, and I can't make a direct correlation to this or not, but the ceiling in the church is almost as high as the ceiling in here. And that ceiling's been in there for 175 years. And in the past year, 2 big chunks of plaster have fallen out of the ceiling onto the pews below. But I can't make a direct correlation, but I'll tell you as an engineer, the rock foundation of the church sits on the slate that runs along the whole area out to the road, so I'm pretty sure the vibrations are coming through there. And that's all I have to say on the matter.
Thank you very much. Anyone else that would like to come forward? Mr. Haight.
Good evening, Don Haight, Stevensburg. I agree with everyone who came before me. I live on Baton Road. The width is about 15, almost 16 feet. This is easy. We need to not have any through trucks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else that would like to speak? Seeing no one, we will close the public hearing. Is there any further discussion or questions from the board? If not, is there a motion?
I move that we approve the resolution to make Algonquin Trail and Baton Road, as described in the resolution, a truck-restricted route.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman, just I think it needs to be mentioned that local trucks will still be using it. The agricultural farm trucks, they're still going to have big trucks on it because they're allowed, they're local trucks. And I don't want anybody to think they won't be able to use it.
Any other questions or comments? If not, we'll call the question. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Our next item of business is a request by Jacob Katinik III for a conditional use permit to expand operations at the Culpeper Recycling. And I would ask Mr. Cooley to please introduce this item.
Ask Mr. Drumheller to start this off, Mr.
Okay,
Chairman.
Mr.
Mr.
Drumheller.
Chairman. Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'll read it into the record. Case number U 2250-24-1. It's a request by Jacob Klitenik for a conditional use permit to allow for a municipal solid waste MSW transfer station per Appendix A, Article 7, 1B-2-3.2, and in accordance with Appendix A, Article 17, conditional use permits. The property is zoned HI Industrial District and is located off of Brandy Road, Route 1529 Business in the Stevensburg Magisterial District. It's found on Tax Map 42, Parcel 12A. This case was deferred by the Board of Supervisors after holding a public hearing on May 6, 2025, sir.
Mr. Chairman, to repeat a little bit, the above referenced special use permit request is for a solid waste transfer station accepting and processing municipal solid waste. In addition to the special use permit application, the applicant will have to apply for a permit by rule from the Virginia Department of Environmental Quality for a solid waste transfer station in accordance with 9 VAC 20-81 to operate the facility. The applicant has provided some supplemental materials. A technical memorandum dated June 23rd, 2025, draft Culpeper recycling expansion, left turn warrants and site access evaluation. Based on the study, an eastbound turn lane is currently warranted from Brandy Road into the existing Culpeper recycling driveway across all evaluated scenarios. This would be a left turn lane into the property off of Business Route 1529. B is auto turn exhibits. And for this, VDOT has reviewed these and they did provide some comments. Generally, VDOT is supportive of efforts to restrict movements that would be difficult or would be better allow for access management spacing. However, this concept is uncustomary to the driver and the design is far from standard commercial entrance as described in the road design manual. Lastly, they say the concept as shown cannot be accepted. Signage alone will not stop a truck that needs to go southbound. The recommended trucks, the recommended trucks entering roadway signage on Route 1529 Business as proposed is not an acceptable mitigation for a substandard entrance. 4, an exiting truck would not have good angle of sight looking to the right. They would be looking back over their right shoulder and potentially back at the cab as opposed to the side window. And the auto turn suggests that entering traffic will off-track both of the pavement and onto the curb. The applicant has addressed the items raised by staff, but needs to address VDOT's comments regarding the ingress and egress requirements for the property. Staff requests the following conditions be made part of any motion for recommendation of approval for the special use permit. And there are 11 of them, Mr. Chairman. Number 1, the applicant's facility shall comply with Virginia Administrative Code 9 VAC 20-81 solid waste management regulations. 2, all facility-generated waste residues, including but not limited to residues and bypass material, shall not be delivered to the Culpeper County Solid Waste Transfer Station. 3, the facility shall not divert, bypass, or redirect any municipal solid waste, construction demolition debris, or refuse to the Culpeper County Solid Waste Transfer Station. 4, the maximum daily capacity of municipal solid waste accepted and processed is 600 tons per day. 5, operating hours are limited to Monday through Saturday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. as requested. 6, all transfer trailers going to and leaving the facility shall use Business Route 29 to Route 29 bypass, to Route 3 or Route 15, or Route 29 Business to Ira Hoffman Lane to Route 522. Transfer trailers shall travel on VDOT truck routes and not on Main Street. Number 7, transfer trailers and storage containers containing municipal solid waste shall be tarped at all times while on site to prevent litter from escaping. Number 8, applicant shall provide enough queuing space to prevent truck traffic from backing up onto Business Route 1529 and at no time allow queuing to be outside of the conditional use permit area delineated on the concept plan dated 4-14-2025. 9, the applicant shall provide adequate prevention measures to prevent litter from leaving the site. 10, the applicant shall work with their engineers and VDOT personnel to design an entrance for the property that meets all VDOT access management design standards for entrances and intersections onto VDOT-maintained roads and highways. And lastly, 11, the applicant shall submit a site plan application in general accordance with the tendered concept plan dated 4-14-2025. In addition, operations associated with the subject municipal solid waste transfer station shall not commence until said site plan is fully approved. If the applicant can agree to the 11 items listed above, staff would support the special use permit.
Thank you, Mr. Cooley.
Yes, sir.
Do any board members have questions for staff? Mr. Bates?
Mr. Chairman, I do have one question. Mr. Cooley, on Article 7, 18-2-3.2, it specifically talks about debris, landfill, and transfer station. Is there a way to differentiate that we're only permitting the transfer station and not the ability to have a landfill on that?
Yes,
on
sir.
that site?
We caught that as well earlier, and we did change the, Neil, which document was it? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, we changed the resolution to only say transfer station. We took all the rest of the information out of the resolution.
And this will only apply to the tax map parcel listed on the application, is that right?
20, yes, sir, 4212A.
Any other questions?
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I have a stated conflict put in the record before the Planning Commission, so I've disqualified myself from participating in these proceedings.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. The applicant is here. Would you like to speak?
Good evening, everybody. I wanted to ask for a deferral. I didn't know if I was at the right time. I'm not familiar with the policies. But we're not finished with our VDOT compliance, and that would be the reason for a deferral, to ask for one.
So you were asking for a deferral tonight?
Yes, sir.
Normally,
months.
we have everyone here for a public hearing. What would be we should go ahead with the public hearing, do you believe?
Well,
Yes, we have a public hearing scheduled. It was advertised. You were aware of that.
yes.
So
yes.
I think we need to continue
Well,
on
we're
with
not,
that.
the VDOT stuff's incomplete. I mean, it's not.
I understand that, but you made that proposal and entered it, so I think we owe it to the public to move forward.
What else, what are the other options? Can you do a withdrawal, or is that not an option? Or is that, what's the, what are the choices if I can't defer it? At last time I was at your guys' discretion to defer it. The board deferred it. And now I'm not, with summertime there, VDOT was far from cooperative over summer.
Well, sir, this agenda was published a week ago, so a week ago I would assume you knew there was an issue.
And I did, and I asked Mr. Cooley if I could defer it, and he said I have to go before the board and ask the board to defer it, that I can't defer it, and I can't ask the staff to defer it. It has to be board-driven.
Excuse me.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes,
Go ahead.
Mr.
You're all
Rosenberg.
deferred. The applicant has the ability to withdraw this application at any time. So if he wishes to withdraw it, he can withdraw it, I would think.
I was asking to defer it, sir.
Excuse me?
Before there's a vote.
Yes,
That's
you can
right.
withdraw before there's a vote?
Yeah.
That's, okay.
What about deferral?
I don't,
Mr. Chairman, I would, there's no reason why the board couldn't entertain a deferral request as the applicant is asking for. That doesn't mean you have to agree to that request, but he certainly has the ability to ask for deferral, even though he didn't prearrange that deferral, and it's already been through a 90-day deferral process once. So the
Okay.
applicant certainly has to do that, but the board has to agree to that deferral request.
so what would the board's feeling be to a deferral? Mr. Bates?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to see the applicant, as we had given 90 days to do the study for the left-hand turn lane, and it sounds as though the applicant is kind of at the mercy of VDOT on their response to working this out. So I, as one board member, would support a deferral based on the applicant's desire on how long he would like to defer it.
Is that a motion?
Yes, sir, it is. But should we go ahead and have the public hearings? I will make that motion to defer it.
I'll second
Is that a motion to defer and to hold the public hearing?
Yes, sir.
that. I'll second.
We have a motion to defer and continue to hold the public hearing, not to take a vote tonight.
I have one question about that. So the technical memorandum that was from VDOT was dated June 23rd. It is August 5th. Was there any effort with the engineer to develop the design for a left-hand turn lane that was warranted in that June 23rd memo? That was over a month and a half ago.
Yes, and that June 23rd date, I mean, we just received that it's been within a week or 10 days or something like that. I mean, it just got to us in the last, I would say, the last 10 days or so, and it's been, and we've asked, meet with VDOT, and we've been, we don't have any answers to emails or phone calls at this time that we're going to be on the schedule to meet with them. They're just, they're at their time frame, and some of that. One of the comments on there was something about the VDOT entranceway not being engineer stamped or something along those lines. And Lee Baines was the engineer that did it. So it's been difficult over the summer with getting the traffic study was done by Grove Slade, and getting VDOT to move quickly was just been excruciating.
Other questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, how long has this been in the system? I think you got time, certainly he's request for him to push it down the road, but I think we've got to be cognizant of the fact we've got so many months to make a decision too. So how long has it been in the process?
Mr. Cooley, can you tell us that?
Mr. Chairman, we don't have an exact date, but we think 6 months is how long we've had it.
6 months, and I believe you were before us in May when you were given the deferral before.
Yes, that would have been my guess as well, 6 months.
And Mr. Chairman, generally speaking, you have 12 months as a board to process a rezoning or a use permit. Planning Commission has a specific time frame now per our local code, and they've done their due diligence, but the board generally has about 12 months for original submission, so.
Okay. Further questions or comments?
No, I'd just like to say that I don't know if I support this or not. I'm still on the fence about it, but the gentleman is a business owner in Culpeper, and at some point, we have to support our businesses. And this is, to me, is a good example of, he's asking for a deferral. Mr. Bates has made a motion. I've seconded it. It's common sense to me that we give him the deferral and work with him from that aspect anyhow.
Any other discussion? Questions? We have a motion before us. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Thanks,
You've
sir.
been granted your deferral. We do have a group of people who have come here tonight for a public hearing, and we are going to hear what they have to say.
All right.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm going to open the public hearing on this matter, and I would like to let everyone know that the public hearing will be continued at the end of this, so when this comes back before us, there will be another public hearing, or the opportunity to come and speak again, if you so choose.
If the board, if you continue the public hearing and not close it.
So I will continue the public hearing.
Yes, if you close it, it's usually closed.
Okay, so we will continue the public hearing at the end of this evening. So is there anyone that would like to come forward and speak Mr. Haight.
Don Haight, Stevensburg. This is another example of a waste of our time. Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to come and speak? Seeing no one, we will Ms. Rogers, come on up.
Laura Rogers, Stevensburg District. Supervisor Gugino had called for a 90-day deferral at the May board meeting in order for the applicant to work with VDOT to go through the traffic analysis and for the left turn lane and the sight distance to ensure that the road is safe. What did the board get? A technical memo, which laid out the applicant's proposal to rezone tax map 4212 and 4215. What does a rezoning have to do with this application? Also, the tech memo did clarify the issues clarify the issues with sight distance, road safety, or adding any of the new vehicle trips by the trash trucks. This memo stated that a left turn lane was warranted, and VDOT commented that the engineer's concept for their non-left turn lane is flawed and cannot be accepted as shown. Next to the actual application itself, Culpeper Recycling holds the MRF, Material Recycling Facility, and the CDD, Construction Demolition Debris Permits. Since the MRF is associated with and allowed on all the applicants' heavy industrial zone parcels, the CDD permit is allowable on those same HI parcels. Therefore, if a CUP is obtained, the activities generated by that extra 600 tons of MSW daily will occupy the HI parcels owned by the applicant in some way, shape, or form. Solid waste cannot be contained on this 2.5-acre parcel. How can it? There's only about a half acre of open space within the applicant's tax map 4212A boundary that is near this tipping area. MSW activities will expand to the rest of the HI parcels, such as the staging of long-haul trailers, the non-recyclable waste waiting to be baled and transferred to trailers. All the while, there are trash trucks, dump trucks, roll-off container trucks angling for that valuable half-acre space. The DEQ regional manager says it is up to the locality to determine if a specific activity is allowed to occur at a property, and DEQ's role with the solid waste permitting process is to ensure that a facility meets the regulatory requirements for siting, design, and operation. DEQ doesn't deny permits. They do not supersede local authority. If the applicant obtains this CUP, it will not only be for MSW, they will obtain an approval for a debris landfill, as referenced in the county code description for this CUP, which has been both advertised twice in the county, and it allows for both a transfer station and a debris landfill with one CUP application. In closing, on the applicant side of Brandy Road, there are thriving rural farms and homes, plus a variety of institutional health facilities located directly beside the applicant's operations. The smell of trash, rodents, and insects permeating the area, as well as loose trash blowing from parcel to parcel, affects the quality of life. Currently, we hear high decibel noises from the tub grinders, making mulch, and the impact crushers pulverizing construction debris in an area that is prohibited use on rural land. Now you want to add trash to it and possibly a debris landfill? Finding a financial remedy for transfer stations can happen, but it must happen without creating health, safety, and welfare issues for Culpeper County. The board has the final say, not DEQ. No conditions, no CUP. I guess we won't be denying tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to come and speak? Seeing no one, we will continue the public hearing until this comes back before the board. With no further business,
Did we clarify how long the deferral
I was
was.
going to ask that, but I figured somebody had an idea.
Okay. Mr. Bates, do you have a,
Well, I guess I would like to defer to the applicant on how much time he thinks he's going to need to get VDOT. Mr. Clinton, if you could.
I'd like to say December's meeting.
Is
I
that
think
going to
2 months is more than enough.
I'm not sure when that original application date was. I'm looking for it. It might be in the files that are posted here on board docs.
Mr. McLaren?
Looks like September. So my advice to the board, well, no, I'm sorry. It was signed November 7th of '24, so I'm assuming it was submitted around that time. So that would be a year mark from what I'm looking at.
Well, another 60-day deferral would be, I would think, would be ample time to get VDOT.
Yes, sir, yeah.
So let's just, to amend the motion, I guess, would be a 60-day deferral.
a 60-day deferral
Yes, sir.
to the October meeting?
If that would put us at 60 days, yes, sir.
Mr. Deal, are you?
Yeah, I think it's customary and a good number, and
Yeah.
any government department, whether it's VDOT or Fauquier County or Culpeper County, whomever, should be able to get comments a couple times
Yes, sir.
through the process and get you what you need.
Yes, sir.
In order for us to make a decision.
Yep. Yep.
So this will be deferred till the October meeting?
Yes. Okay.
Or
That's
public
perfect.
hearing.
That's perfect. That's what I meant, 2 months. I was bad on the dates. Yep.
November, so that's 11 months.
So we're early.
Mr. Chairman, the October date is important because I'm looking at another document that says October 25th. So I think the October date would be and that would be the early in the month. Regular meeting in October would be the first Tuesday, so we would still be under that year timeframe.
Very good.
Okay.
All right. All right.
It is deferred until October. The public hearing is continued until October.
Thanks, sir. All right.
Is there any other business to come before the board? If not, we are adjourned.